Hello, everyone, and welcome to Age-Friendly Chelmsford. This is Deb Siriani. I'm the director of the Chelmsford Senior Center and the co-chair of the Age-Friendly Implementation Committee. I am here today with a fabulous guest, Lauren Cochran, who is the director of the Chelmsford Center for the Arts. Mm-hmm. And wow, are you just going wacky on this place? I mean, it's just fabulous. You have so many things going on. Oh. So I'm so excited to hear some of the things that are going on that are age-friendly, because you really are helping folks enjoy life and get cultural experiences from all ages, really, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So last night, so hi, by the way.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
We'll let you get a word in.
Deb, you and I have met each other several times right now. No, I want you to riff away.
So
yeah, that was my goal, was to make the Center for the Arts constantly filled with activity in the arts, and not just, classical music, but I want all sorts of music. I want theater, art. I think that's what the town has asked for as well. So we have implemented a lot of new things that are going on, and we also have regular occurring events, which you got to go to last night. So why don't you talk about this once a month, last Monday of every month?
I have gone to so many different events at the Center for the Arts with my family, with my husband, with my friends. Last night I went to, for the first time, folk music open mic. Mm-hmm. Wow. It was incredible. For one thing, it was packed. Mm-hmm. We had to keep bringing in chairs. Now, this is once a month, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's the last Monday of the month.
Okay.
And a year, when I first got started, I think I've been at the CCA now for a year and a half. Time moves so quickly when you're having so much fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And this man, Doug Quatler, reached out to me and said, Lauren, I would love to start folk music open night. I have a whole network of people. He's a musician. And I said, oh, I would love that. I think that's great. So he started it, and it's just grown and grown. It probably started with 20 people and then 25, and it's the last Monday of every month.
There were close to 50 people there last
night.
It
was great last night. I didn't get to, I had a very busy weekend, so I let Sebastian, my concessions manager, he ran it, so he was there. But Doug's great, because Doug will MC, and the talent is through the roof.
It really is. I was going to bring my ukulele and play a little song, and I'm like, well, I'll just see what the level is. Wow. A lot of these people, for one thing, one of the people said, wow, it feels like I'm in Greenwich Village in the 60s again.
Absolutely. And there's a bunch of hippies, like you just said.
It was a lot of fun hippies hanging out together.
Right.
There were a lot of beards and moccasins, long skirts.
But it's like a retro evening, right?
But it really was a lot of fun. It was beautiful music.
The talent is through the roof.
I mean, these people, a lot of them have recorded.
Yep.
And a lot of them play different. I mean, there were people from Newburyport. There were people from Natick. Mm-hmm. Lots of people, locally.
I think it's catching on, because people are, and a lot of these people may be of an age where they're actually retired, and Monday night can be like a Friday night.
Yeah, I left a little earlier than some of the others, because I'm not retired, and it was past my bedtime. But
right, exactly. I get that too.
But they were still hanging out. It was so it started at 7,
and it was the final performer, because I am always texting Sebastian when he's working.
Supposed to be at 9, but no,
right.
They were still
it went till 10. It went to 10, and then Sebastian was done at 10:30, because I always like to check. I'm such a workaholic that even if, I'm home at my night, I'm like, how's it going? He sent me a picture, and I was like, wow, that's great. So it is growing, and Doug's great to run it, as a volunteer, and it's donations only, and everyone is very generous, which is really nice.
Yeah, it was just a donation bucket, but nobody had to pay anything.
No, and it's a full bar.
There's a full bar, and there are all kinds of sodas and non-alcoholic things too. There were snacks available.
Yep.
And it was really, really a great level of musicianship.
It was in the cabaret room.
Practice.
Isn't the cabaret room great? The cafe. I mean, they call it the Cabaret Cafe. I'm assuming Susan Gates named it. I don't know who named it. but it's just such a cozy atmosphere. You know, Lexi, the former executive director, picked the paint color, and Trina Tayl's artwork is up, and we got a new sign. Did you like the CCA as the place to play?
Beautiful.
So it's really fun.
We got a tagline.
We have a tagline now,
Trying to figure
yeah.
out a tagline for the
Senior Center.
Maybe never a dull moment.
Yeah. Yes. You know, oh yeah, that's a good, well, it is. I mean, you're as
similar to
busy.
yours,
I look at your newsletter and all the things you have going on constantly, and if I wasn't at this art center, I would be over there, you know?
Well, I think we have a lot of the same folks that come too.
We do, which is nice, right, but it's fantastic.
But I've been there with my family too. Like I have twins that are 27 years old, and they're not super social folks. I don't know where
I've
they
met
came from,
I've
but
met Joey, and he's terrific, and he's
really
helped out a lot.
nice, friendly, but then not always as socially comfortable in a social experience. And we've been to the trivia night as a family. We've been to the game night.
I have to bring back
All
the game
ages.
nights. The last game night wasn't as well attended, so I'm constantly looking like, why was it not enough publicity? And now I have a really great team in place.
Okay.
I have Emma, who does marketing, and she is amazing. And I have Sebastian at concessions and Timmy Chase, an alumni. Both Emma and Timmy are alumni, which is great. And Timmy does the rental events. And Tim Rose is my tech director. He is away in Costa Rica this week, so you didn't see him.
Yeah,
because
I
normally
haven't
he
met
would have
Emily
been there. But you've met them all, so except for Timmy Chase, you haven't met yet.
Yeah, I haven't, and Emily,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh,
I have.
Emma.
Emma.
Yeah, she's great. So we have a really strong team in place, which really makes a difference on what we can bring to
And
the
lets you
community.
sleep if you don't want
Right,
texting
exactly,
them.
exactly. You know, I still have to pay the bills and the invoices and all sorts of that
I hear you.
glamorous stuff. You have it more than I do because you have a lot of employees over there. So I think my 4 are perfect amounts.
You're getting there. You're getting there. So, and we also send senior tax workers over there.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
So
we
they've
have
been helping volunteer.
Carmelita and Rich for 2. We just got another one that wants to work a couple events. Rich has been great. He got tip certified, and now he bar backs. And we have Linda and Sebastian are sort of our 2, I guess, resident bartenders, and they're terrific.
That's great.
And
That's
honestly, that was a blessing with the volunteers. And I know there's going to be another volunteer fair coming up soon.
Yeah, in March we'll be doing a volunteer fair. So hopefully someone from your place will be there and let people know some of the opportunities, because you've got work for basically teenagers all the way up to
I actually have this.
whatever.
I have this one volunteer, Glenn, who goes in and he touches up all of the paint issues and straightens things out, and he's been really terrific too. He's always working, which is amazing. He makes kites for. That's what sort of his specialty is. But Glenn's there, and now he's in the writers group too, which we have a fabulous writers group that meets every other week. We've been meeting for a year now.
Tell me about the writers group. What kind of
Well, it's amazing.
What age group are you are going to there?
The ages are anywhere from 35 to 75.
I love it.
And we meet every other Thursday morning at 10:30. I know we've had requests for night writings group.
Yeah.
But it's tough with all we do. But we've been meeting for a year, and in December 21st, we had staged readings of everybody's works, and it was all about the holidays, and it was lovely, and it was very well attended as well. And we have in June, we have a couple of events coming up in February, but in June we have our 10-minute play festival, and many of the writers group are writing the 10-minute plays as well. But we already received over 85 entries, and we had to shut it down. Because Donna and I will read 85 plays, and it's like we have
your
to
spare time.
Right, we have to choose about 13 to 16, and we had to just say stop the posts because so many were coming in from all over.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so this will be our 3rd annual in June, our 3rd annual
love
play festival. Yeah.
I know when we did the Know Your Neighbor event,
Which we have to do again.
We had people from like 3 different towns that day, and we had people from like their 20s on up to their 90s, and they were all hanging out together.
It was really nice when we played games. You brought the games. You brought the card game that we played.
It was so nice.
It was fun. It was really nice.
And that's been true with the game night that my family and I have been to. It's like a great place for us to have like wholesome, kind of low-key, not too like loud or wacky like a bar.
Right, exactly.
But still, sometimes the bar's there, or even you have sober events.
Sober karaoke sponsored by the Board of Health, which is terrific.
Yeah.
And that is very well attended.
I've been.
Yep, and we have mocktails.
Now you know where
and
I
it's
hang
really
out at
nice.
night.
Right, exactly. No, it's really nice that the Board of Health does that. We had Broadway karaoke. We've now decided just to call it karaoke, so you can have a choice of Broadway, because the team felt, that's intimidating to people that want to do pop songs and they don't know Broadway. So we're going to test to say, okay, now it's just karaoke for everybody, whether it's Broadway or not. And then we have sober karaoke once a month as well. The trivia has to start back up again with the library. But again, we also have a lot of rentals, as you know.
Yep.
And we have very reasonable rates. We have 3 weddings this year, which is really
What
exciting.
a beautiful venue for
I'm a
that.
little nervous about the wedding. I want to make sure it's good. We got new good white tablecloths, because they want white tablecloths and they're stain resistant and wrinkle free, and et cetera.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. So we do a lot of rental events as well.
And that really helps your budget too.
It does,
'cause you
right,
make
exactly.
a lot of your own money.
Yeah,
The town isn't
try
really
very
funding
hard.
a whole lot.
Yeah, I know.
To make that happen, you're making it.
Yeah, well, we're trying.
I mean, the
We're
town
working.
is. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful that the town actually turned it into a department.
Yep.
And honestly, I can't say the best things about our town manager. I think he's terrific from
Absolutely.
my perspective.
I think a lot of the same, it sounds like, wow, these are just little fun things, but the experience that I've had is that it really helps people's mental health, a lot of these things that they're able to do.
100%,
Like just getting out
100%.
and going somewhere where it's a friendly place, you're not on
Not too
social
expensive,
media.
right.
It's accessible, for money-wise,
Yep.
like you're people from all over. There's really no judgment zone, like even just the singing events that we've been at, like I loved that my friend and I went to the sober karaoke. Everybody in that room was just supporting everybody else.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
then most of us were all singing in the background. The whole room
I
was
love it
singing
when they
like,
do a song that everybody knows, and they'll do the opposite part of it or whatever. It's terrific. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's what, my goal and vision for the Center for the Arts was to just have it always thriving. And, parking is now, become a little bit of an issue sometimes, which is great, right? We just had a great comedy night last Saturday night. It was sold out. It was from the Greater Lowell Community Foundation, was raising money for Chelmsford, and I think they were very happy. It was a wonderful night of comedy and 3 great Boston
it was
comedians.
sold out.
Yep.
I couldn't get my tickets.
I know, you should have called me. You have connections.
Next time I'll
You
just
know,
say,
you
oh,
didn't- yeah, you
volunteer,
didn't-
I'll help take tickets.
You didn't call me.
But then you have something coming up this week, too, that you are still
very
selling
excited
tickets.
about it. We
Talk
are.
about timely. You've got a Bob Dylan tribute.
I know, and I haven't seen the film yet. Have you?
No.
Is it
I've been
called?
at- I've been at
called
the CCA.
a complete unknown, right? I want to see the movie because it's Timothy Chalamet. Will probably get nominated for an Oscar or something. But we did get. We started our podcast yesterday. We were here doing a podcast. Chelmsford Center for the Arts. It's called The Arts in Action, just like our
So
newsletter.
now you're going to have me on your show.
I
and
will.
can have you
We
on
will
my
interview
show.
you.
And then
It's exciting. And we interviewed Drew. Drew is the person who's playing Bob Dylan. Drew Gabbard. He's from Texas. What a lovely interview it was. So I hope everybody, once the podcast drops, I think is going to drop tonight.
And it will be probably on Facebook pages.
Yeah, we're going to try to
also
put it. I
on-
think we're going to put it on Apple, and Spotify, wherever the CTM
And
has.
so how do you
We'll
find
put
it?
on
What will
Facebook
it
as
be
well.
called?
It's called The Arts in Action.
The Arts in
Yep,
Action.
and Chelmsford Telemedia was kind enough to make a logo for us, which is great. And I can't wait to hear it because it was Timmy Chase and I are the hosts of it. And we
Nice.
we mentioned what's happening at the senior center as well. We want to make sure that all the departments will, contribute to see what's happening.
It's just awareness. It's letting everybody know
What's
what
happening.
kind of resources are around town.
Right. Not everybody is, on Facebook. And, we don't have as many newspapers as we used to have. We don't have. And so, you and I were at a department meeting, where we're like, how else do we reach the people?
I think it was after a cup of espresso that
It probably
we both
was.
decided
We
on
did,
the podcast.
we did,
We're like,
yeah.
let's do a
Let's
show.
do a podcast,
Yeah,
right,
be
exactly.
careful.
Which is great. So,
Yeah.
so.
Get us
We're
two
excited
together
about
and got all kinds of
Now,
ideas.
what do you have going on at the senior center coming up?
I have, actually, we're teaching people how to figure out how to get onto podcasts.
Oh, that's great.
So the library is doing some programming with
They're
us
terrific,
about
aren't they?
e-readers and about Facebook and Instagram, and how to access different podcasts, how to, a technology series. So they've been helping us
That's
with that.
great, because it is, and I'm not an ageist at all, because I'm of an age where I feel very comfortable, but technology changes at the speed of light these days sometimes, and it's like, what? And it changes constantly, so it is difficult to keep up with technology.
And if you don't know, you don't know.
Right, exactly.
People my age or people 20 years old could not
Right.
know how to get onto a podcast. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they just
Right.
know
I've listened
now.
to a couple of them. They're really fun.
I
You
listen
should
to
get them.
podcasts to fall asleep at night.
Oh,
Because I close my eyes.
I listen to the news and fall asleep.
Oh, God.
I know.
Why'd you do
I
that?
don't. I keep it
That
on
would
low.
keep me awake.
Well, I won't tell you who I listen to. I don't want to get political.
But I do. I listen to podcasts that are like non-controversial.
They just sort of-
I close my eyes, and it helps me get my own thoughts under control. I stop thinking about work, and I start thinking
Do you
about
have a
other people's
favorite
thoughts,
pod?
and
Do you
then I
have
fall
a
asleep.
favorite podcast?
My favorite podcast is called Judge John Hodgman. And he was actually a guest. He used to be on The Daily Show. But he
okay.
pretends he's a fake internet judge. And so, like, couples, married couples or friends or
that's funny.
sisters come to the thing. It's kind
Podcast.
of like Judge Judy, but not a real case.
Oh, kind of like Steve Harvey does that too. He has a TV show, Judge Steve Harvey. He's a comedian, right?
Yeah. So he's
that
a
sounds
fake
great.
internet judge, and they come and they're like,
Yeah.
there was one about an ugly family picture painting, and the guy wanted to hang it up, and his wife was like, "No, it's creepy," and the judge had to decide. So it's just fun.
How
just
quickly
fun.
we are gabbing. So what else is happening at the senior center that you want to share?
Oh,
besides
aren't
that?
you nice? You're going to be the host now. Wow, that's nice. So, fine, take over the show.
Yeah, what?
No, that's great.
theater does.
I actually
Well, Black History Month is coming up. and
Black
that's what
History
we
is
need to
coming
talk
up,
about,
and
right.
we're doing. We're partnering with the DEI committee, and we have an African djembe drummer
That is so exciting.
coming. Now, I took the class at the Groton Center for the Arts.
Oh, yes.
And this was my teacher, and Jen Melanson and I took this class. And so we were like, let's bring him to the senior center and let people have a
great.
free chance to. He brings all of his own drums.
Oh, how fun. And what day is that?
That is, February 5th.
There you
and
go.
it's open to
So that's coming up.
ages, let's see. I think it's all it's like 14 and up. 14
That's
and
great.
up.
So
is what
it's
he
really
said. It's
age
6 to
friendly.
8.
It's age friendly, like the name of the show.
Age friendly, 6 to 8 p.m. and it's February 5th. It is free.
It's free.
So we got some cultural council grant money from it.
That is great.
And then the Friends of the Senior Center are supporting for
Helping.
the rest of it.
That's
so it's
terrific.
free to the public.
Wonderful.
Call and register at the Senior Center, and we'd love to have you there for this really unique event.
Mm-hmm.
And then during school vacation week,
February, that's coming up.
We're going to try a game time. So
That's right. That's exciting.
a lot of grandparents have their grandkids for the week. They're
Mm-hmm.
helping out while their parents are working still. So we're going to have a game time at the senior center.
great.
And snacks and stuff, and you can bring them over. So that is, I should have prepared myself for this one. Let's see. It's during school vacation week, and it is the 20th at 1 o'clock
That's
at the
terrific.
senior center. No need to register, just show up, all ages, but anybody under 12 needs to be with an adult.
That makes sense.
But
You don't wanna be
that's
the
okay.
babysitters.
All ages. We'll have games there.
That's great.
And we'll have prizes and we'll have snacks. So
That's wonderful.
So tell me what else is going
Well,
on.
we have Friday night. It's called Chrome Horse. It's
That's Bob Dylan.
It's Bob Dylan. It's Friday night. We still have tickets available. It's $15 in advance, $20 at the door.
Okay.
So, and it's great, and we have
That's
a full
very
bar.
accessible.
It's very accessible.
love
and
that.
honestly, Drew was great to talk to.
And that's January 31st.
Yes,
if
January
you're seeing
31st,
this
Friday night. Right, and at the same
repeated.
time, I know there's a private, it's not really a private party, but John Moses is having a Afghani event downstairs in the cabaret room that people can also go down to, but
Neat. So is it going to have food or is it music?
I think
or what is
that's
it?
going to have a little food and music, but it started out sort of as a private event, so we're going to have two.
And then you just invited the whole public. to
Well,
go to this
sure.
private
I mean, the whole. Well,
Let's crash this place.
I know. I'm like, but there's a few events coming up, and then we have in February coming up. We have the jazz brunch, the 3rd annual jazz brunch with the DEI committee, which is great.
That was a big deal.
That was
Last
a big
year.
deal.
It was like packed.
Yep,
wasn't
and it's going to hopefully be
Sold out?
packed again. It's not sold out yet. We did start selling tickets. If you go to
Nice.
chelmsfordarts.org, there's a guest lecturer, and there is the jazz band, and it's food, and it's sponsored by the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Committee, which is great.
Now, talk about age-friendly. I'm going to catch you up on something. If you don't go online, how do you get tickets to that?
You know, that is, you should call me and leave a message,
Okay,
right?
so Lauren will help you.
Yeah, if you, what is our number? 250-3780, 978-250-3780. Call, and then I can talk you through it, put you on the list, and you can bring a check.
Okay.
And for a matter of fact, somebody at the comedy show, we had a couple of people, we had a couple of walk-ins.
Yep.
And at the door. But I would like, because they're ordering food,
Yep.
it'd be great just to call and leave a message, and we can put your name down, and you can bring a check that night.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to
So
have
we
to
do
go
that
to
as
that
well.
one.
Oh, it's a really fun event too as well.
We've really enjoyed a lot of time, my
And there'll be-
family and I.
Open mic night, in general, open mic will be back as well. We're toying with having it on a Friday night instead of a Thursday, which is why people keep sending emails saying, when is open mic again? And we're also toying with a jam session that Westford does.
Oh,
and people have reached out from there saying, would love to have one at the CCA as well.
Parish Center for the Arts
Yep,
in Westford.
yep, and I do know, it's funny, I directed the person who runs that now, Julianne, I directed her in a Little Night Music many years ago in
that's so
Arlington.
fun.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, Julianne runs the Parish Center. It's pretty funny, yeah.
I was in a play there many, many, many years ago.
At the Parish Center?
Crimes of the Heart.
Crimes of the Heart's a great show. Beth Henley. That's a great
That
play.
was Meg.
Oh, you were Meg. Oh, that's a great play. And also,
I got to
said,
audition for one of your shows.
well, we have
one of these
auditions
days, too.
coming up right now.
I
I'm
know.
waiting for the royalties. We're trying to do plays by Christopher Durang, and we've got a couple of
so
directors.
funny.
He's so funny. He's so politically incorrect. So I recommend nobody under really 18 because he's politically correct. And he passed away on my birthday in 2024. But he is a very dark comedy, dark sense of humor. But I would love you to try out. And
gotta
we're
laugh
just
through
waiting for the
these times.
royalties. The Dramatist Play Service just got bought by Broadway Licensing, and they're very short-staffed. So we've been going back and forth. But auditions are coming up in February.
Okay, February.
Oh, 9th and 10th.
9th.
Super
You have all
Bowl,
these
but
in your head. This is great.
Right, Super Bowl, but during the day. So we're not going to interfere with Super Bowl parties. We're going to have auditions at 1.
Well, I have February 2nd and 3rd.
It had to
for
change because I'm waiting for the royalties.
Okay, so 9th and 10th for
this
the
is
audition.
because you
Your time to-
technically, until you get the royalties, you're not supposed to announce auditions.
Right.
And we've talked to them even yesterday, back and forth. So we like to be, obviously correct, and we believe playwrights should get their dues. Well, I don't know who gets Christopher Durang's money anymore. I'm assuming his family, since he passed away. Although you can do William Shakespeare, and there's no copyright with Shakespeare. That's why people do it,
You show up for a Christopher Durang audition and you end up in a
Shakespeare play. Well,
Whatever.
But he did spoof. I mean, he spoofed playwrights.
Yeah.
He has some hysterical plays, spoofing the Glass Menagerie.
So let's see, you've got music, you've got writing, you've
Theater.
got theater.
Art. The gallery
Art.
is open, and right now there's Italian landscape. Susan Gates currently is the curator.
Italy.
Well, a group of people went to Italy, and they're for sale. Those beautiful paintings are for sale. So we are just now announcing very shortly, allowing a part-time person to be in on Sundays from 12 to 3 to keep the gallery open. But that was a process getting there. So you'll see that hopefully soon.
And if you don't paint yet, there's joy to
Classes.
paint.
There's Joy of Paint and watercolor classes. So we have 2 classes now. We have Trina Teal, who is our resident artist. She's terrific.
Yeah.
She does Joy of Paint monthly. One in the day and one at night.
Now, is
And
that
then-
one of those sip ones, or is it a non-sip?
No, she doesn't want sips because she claims when people sip, they're not painting really well when they're sipping the wine. But Diane Cogliano, who still teaches at Community Ed, she is doing a morning watercolor, but it's already sold out. So I'm trying to get her to do a night one as well, and we're talking. But but people could come individually. They had to take either 5 or just 1 class. You walk away with it. Watercolor, I thought was so hard, and then I saw these people's work the last time she did it. They're amazing. We only have 1 minute left.
That's wonderful. Only 1 minute.
Do you believe it?
Anything else you want to say about the Center for the Arts?
I
I
think
think you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you, but I want more people to discover it. This year, you won't believe how many people came in and said, I've never been in this building and I've lived in Chelmsford.
You know what? For little kids, you have a children's chorus now, don't you?
Oh my gosh, Christopher McGillicuddy and Martha
What else?
Robertson
You have
came to
everything.
me. They came to me and they said, the school system, because of whatever reason, stopped the fourth grade chorus. So they really felt there was a need, and they wanted it just not to be for Chelmsford students, but Chelmsford and the surrounding towns.
Yeah.
So they had their first. They premiered at UMass Lowell, believe it or not. Then they did the prelude, and then they just did a concert that was really well attended. They're doing another concert in April, and they just opened it up again to more students.
And what age is for the children?
I believe it's 4th to 7th.
It's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website,
I'm sure
Chelmsford
it's in
Children's
here
Chorus,
somewhere.
and they have their own website as well. And they're terrific. They're actually in the summer going to be singing at a Red Sox game.
Oh, that is amazing.
So that is really
Oh,
exciting, and I'm on the board there. So yeah.
I think we can end right there.
We are.
Red Sox
Red,
game,
woo,
that's
well,
great.
you won't get a free sofa, but you'll get to go see it. Unless you win or something like Jordan's Furniture.
I just want to say thank you for bringing so much joy into the community.
Thank you
It
for
really is
bringing so
wonderful.
much to Age Friendly, because Chelmsford is all ages.
Woohoo! High five.
Well job.
All right.
Good
thanks,
job, Deb.
everybody.
Thank you.
Great job, Lauren. Have
I
a
didn't
good
even
one.
look at the
Mutual
camera.
Admiration Society right here.
It's true.
See you next month.
Bye-bye.